All right, welcome to the correction station. As far as this goes for, sorry, I'm trying to make this a little thinner. This quiz. Okay, we have a line with a slope of 1/4. The big thing is, please, on the test, pay attention to the form we are using. So that form is y minus y1 equals slope times x minus x1. That is all we're going to do, and we will stop there. So we have x1, we have y1, so this is going to be y minus 7 equals our slope, which was given to us as 1/4, and then in parentheses x minus a negative 10. So when we minus a negative, that's going to be x plus 10. So we realize this is all the problem is asking me for. Realize part of the process is me assessing that you understand what the directions say, even if you can do more work and go further. Stop right there for this one. All right, next one, slope-intercept form for this one. So we don't have a slope right off the bat. So the first thing we have to do is to calculate that slope. So again, we have our x1, y1, we have our x2, y2, and then we use that formula, y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So if you got this problem wrong, you want to check and see that you're putting them incorrectly. So that would be 2 minus 0 all over negative 2, and then just minus a 4. So this one is not going to come out super nice and neat. It's going to be 2 over a negative 6. That does reduce to negative 1/3. So then what we want to do is take that and we want to put it into point slope form, because that's where we start. You can pick either point. Always kind of nice to pick one with a 0. It makes the math easier. So y minus my y1 equals my slope, which is negative 1/3 times x minus 4. All right, so now we have y minus 0. That one, again, it works out really nice. It's just going to kind of go away here. Other problems, we would kind of just chill on that. Like if it was y minus 5, we'd just wait on that while we distribute this through. So this is negative 1/3 x. Negative times a negative is going to give you a positive. And once again, this is really 4 over 1. So you can use a calculator, you can put this in there, and you're going to get a 4 on top and a 3 on the bottom. And that right there is slope-intercept form. Another problem, we would add something to both sides if there was something here, but there's not. Okay, something really cool to show you in my, well, I don't need to show it to you right now, but I just wanted, maybe I'll say it. This right here, if we would have used this point, it would look different in this phase right now. But once you distribute and you add and all that, you would get the exact same answer through. Okay, a big part of your test tomorrow is going to be whether you can be able to do problems where they say slope of 0 or undefined. So as soon as we look at any problem tomorrow, you should be basically asking yourself first, wait, slow down, is this a Vuxhoy problem? Because if it's a Vux, we just do x equals. If it's a Hoy, we just do y equals. So slope of 0 means it's a Hoy, so we know it's going to be y equals some number, and the only number that would possibly make sense on this one is the number 3. Okay, one of the more complicated ones that I can give you is right here, because we have to go all the way to standard form. Well, the good news is we should be comfy with starting with point slope form. Again, this is from x1, y1, and I have the slope given to me right there. So y minus a negative 2 equals my slope, which is also negative 2, times x minus x1, so x minus 5. All right, well, standard form here means I have to distribute, so I have y plus 2 equals negative 2x plus 10. Subtract 2 from both sides, and this is a perfect slope-intercept form. But the problem is, the problem asks for standard form. So one more step, we need to add the 2x to both sides. And I will write that up here as a final answer. Now I will have 2x plus y equals 8. Again, that's ax plus by equals c form, and that would be our final answer. We cannot have a negative number out here in that a slot. It's called the leading coefficient. Can't have negative, we don't. And then we can't have fractions, which we don't, so all is well there. Okay, final one on this quick quiz is the perpendicular idea, parallel and perpendicular lines. Okay, just remember, parallel lines will have the same slopes. Okay, parallel lines are the same slopes. Since this one is perpendicular, though, we're going to use something called the, and this is hard for me to write all out, excuse me, but the opposite reciprocal slopes. So on this problem, I want you to use a slope of not negative 1 over 3, not positive 1 over 3, but positive and flip. So we're going to use a slope of 3 for this problem. So first off, let me show you in green here. Green is going to be this equation. So if I go down 12, which would be like, I know it's not the greatest, but down 12 here, okay? That's going to be where we would first start this problem. Then we would go up 1 over 3, up 1 over 3. We're going to have a line that looks kind of like this, okay? A negative 1/3 slope, and I'm not doing the greatest job graphing this one, but that's the idea there, okay? But we don't want the equation of the green line. We have the equation of the green line right here. What we want, let's call it blue, is the equation of the blue line that goes through this point. So negative 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. So through here and perpendicular to this. Well, you can see that to be perpendicular here, we're going to have a positive slope. And it's going to end up being a positive 3. So, 1, 2, 3 over 1. Down 2, 3 over 1, down 3 over 1. It's kind of hard to show on here, but if you can see how great I am drawing. But if you use a straight edge, which I can't do on here, you will see a perfect right angle right there. So graphing the lines is one thing, understanding what it says, but then I need you to actually write the equation. So we're going to say y minus 4 right from here, again, x1 and y1, equals my new slope, which I just found I'm supposed to use for this problem, the opposite reciprocal, and then x minus a negative 1, or x plus 1. So then when I distribute through, I get y minus 4 equals 3x plus 3. Add 4 to both sides, and I will not, I promise you, I will not make you go all the way to standard form with these little tricky parallel and perpendicular ones. We were just asked to go to slope-intercept form. So that would be the answer for that one. If this problem said parallel, then we would have just used the exact same slope. But notice this first equation here, the only thing I use it for is to find the slope. Then I go write the equation of the other line. Okay, so once again, we can be like, oh, perpendicular, opposite reciprocal, but we need to remember that sometimes in life, these problems will be super straightforward and easy. What's the equation of a line that's perpendicular to x equals 1? Well, that's a vux. That's a vertical line. But wait, they're asking me for a line that is perpendicular, so they're asking me for the equation of this line that goes through this ordered pair, so it's got to be a horizontal line. So then we use the 7, and this is the one that's perpendicular. I hope this is helping you.